Hey everyone, how's it going? Quick question. Which points program is the best? Because there are a lot of them out there, but not all of them are made equally. So today, let's rank these systems from S tier all the way down to C tier to see which one I think are the best ones and which ones are not so good. So which points programs should we take a look at? Well, let's take a look at American Express membership reward points, Chase Ultimate Reward points, Capital One Miles, Citi Thank You points, Bank of America Rewards points, US Bank Altitude Reward points, and Wells Fargo points. 7 different points programs, all with different pros and cons. Now, as we're going through, I'm going to rank these different programs based on how useful they are to me and how I travel. I'm going to be a little bit more picky about some of these program benefits, or lack thereof, because all of these programs can work really well for the right person, which means you might have a different ranking for some of these different programs, which is completely fine. In fact, I would love to hear from you. Where would you rank all of these different point systems? So let's start off by talking about American Express. Inside of the American Express ecosystem, we are going to earn membership reward points, which are the reward currency that American Express credit cards earn. On average, these points are going to be worth 1 cent per point as a base when you redeem them for flights inside of the AMEX travel portal. But that is just the base rate. Most of the points in today's list have the ability to be redeemed at a much higher rate. Now, from American Express, cards like the Platinum Card, the Gold Card, Green Card, Everyday Preferred cards, along with a few business credit cards, will all earn membership reward points. For all of these point systems, there is an optimal card setup that will earn you the most points possible in that system. For membership reward points, that's going to be the AMEX trifecta, consisting of the Platinum Card, Gold Card, and the Blue Business Plus. Now, that setup does cost $1,020 each year. Alternatively, you could have the Everyday Preferred card and the Green Card, which would only cost $249 each year. Both options have their ups and downs, but can also earn you quite a few membership reward points. Now, the Amex travel portal is not my favorite portal to use, as it often does not have great redemptions for hotels. Most of the redemptions are less than 1 cent per point, which is the standard that I use for my redemptions. But for flights, we can usually find that redemption of 1 cent per point, which makes it a decent option for your redemptions. But I wouldn't recommend always using your points inside of the portal. The best way by far to utilize your membership reward points is by transferring them out to transfer partners. American Express has 21 transfer partners, with notable ones being Hilton, Marriott, Delta, British Airways, and Virgin Atlantic. With these partners, it's possible to find redemptions of 3, 4, even 5 cents per point, which are great redemptions. So where would I put membership reward points? Well, American Express has a lot of ways to earn points, from card spending, retention offers, big sign-up bonuses, but it does cost a lot depending on the setup you go with. On the other hand, the transfer partners have a lot to offer. So I'm going to put American Express membership reward points into the A tier. Moving over to Chase. In the Chase ecosystem, we're going to be earning ultimate reward points, which range in worth from 1 cent per point up to 1.5 cents per point as a base, depending on which cards you hold. Speaking of those cards, Chase offers a nice range of credit cards that earn ultimate reward points, including the Freedom cards and the Sapphire cards, which can be combined to create the Chase trifecta. You can learn more about that setup in a video I made right up here. Now, the Chase trifecta is much cheaper than the American Express setup, costing only $95 or $550, depending on which Sapphire card you go with, as you can only have one Sapphire card at a time. There is a lineup of business credit cards that can be a great addition to your wallet to earn a few extra points. Now, Chase Ultimate Reward points are one of my favorite and most used point systems, and that's because of the travel portal options and the transfer partners. Inside of the Ultimate Rewards travel portal, we have the option to make our points worth just a little bit more by holding the right card. Those cards are the Sapphire Preferred and the Sapphire Reserve. Both cards offer a points bonus when you use your points inside of the portal. On the Sapphire Preferred, that bonus is 25%, and on the Sapphire Reserve, that bonus is 50%. This makes the Chase Travel Portal significantly more powerful than other portals out there. Chase also offers 14 different transfer partners, with notable ones being Southwest Airlines, United Airlines, Marriott, and Hyatt. So for me, Chase is a standout points program, which is why I'm going to put it into the S tier. Perks like the points bonus in the portal and the ability to transfer to Southwest and United make this a very powerful point system. Now let's talk about Capital One. When you spend on your Capital One points earning credit cards, you're going to be earning Capital One miles. Now, Capital One refers to their points as miles. However, their miles can be used for more things than just flights. Capital One miles are worth 1 cent per point as a base. They offer a number of travel credit cards, everyday credit cards, and business cards that can earn you points or cash back that can be converted to points if you have the right cards. Now, Capital One does have a credit card setup, but it only consists of 2 cards, the Capital One Venture X and the Saver One card, which cost a total of $395 a year. Now, inside of the Capital One Travel Portal, I like to use these points to redeem them for flights. Now, one of my favorite features of Capital One is the ability to cover any travel purchase with miles, which adds a lot of flexibility to how we can use our points. In terms of transfer partners, Capital One allows you to transfer out to 16 different transfer partners, where it's possible to find those high redemptions. However, I don't find as many uses for these transfer partners as I do with other credit card systems. I'm going to put Capital One into the B tier. I just don't think it has enough to push it to a higher tier. Next up, let's talk about Citi Bank. Inside of the Citi Bank ecosystem, we're going to be earning Citi Thank You points. These points are worth 1 cent per point as a base and are earned on 4 main credit cards: the Citi Custom Cash Card, the Citi Double Cash Card, the Citi Reward Plus card, and the Citi Strata Premier card. Citi does not offer any business cards that earn thank you points. Now, the Citi trifecta consists of the Custom Cash, the Double Cash, and the Strata Premier. In terms of earning points, this system is pretty powerful. Now, Citibank does have transfer partners, but not all of them are available to the full list of credit cards that I just named. Now, the Citi Strata Premier is a newer card and has gotten a lot of attention recently. But to be honest, it's not my favorite card. When you put it up against the Chase Sapphire Preferred and even the Wells Fargo Autograph Journey card, the Citi Strata Premier definitely lacks in things like travel insurance and protections, along with the annual credit that's offered. The Strata Premier only offers travel insurance, and the hotel credit requires you to spend $500 to get a $100 credit. And I bring this up because the Citi Strata Premier is one of the cards that opens up the full list of transfer partners with Citi, which in turn would give you the best redemptions. I say all this because I personally don't love Citi's offering at the moment. However, they do check all of the boxes for a credit card program. So I'm going to put Citibank into the B tier. Now let's talk about a program that I have not talked about much on this channel, the Bank of America Points Program. Let me start off by saying that I don't have any Bank of America credit cards at the moment, and it's not my favorite points program, but I'll come back to that. Now, Bank of America points are worth 1 cent per point to 1.2 cents per point, depending on which card you're holding and how you're redeeming them. There are 3 personal cards that earn Bank of America points, along with 1 business card. To receive that higher redemption rate, you'll need to hold the Premium Rewards Elite Credit Card, which offers a 20% points bonus when you book flights through the portal. But there is one big difference between Bank of America and the 4 previously mentioned points programs. With Bank of America, there are no transfer partners available to transfer your points out to. This certainly limits how we can use our points and how high of redemptions we can get. On top of that, the base multipliers are just not that great for any of their points earning cards. There are ways you can increase the points multipliers, but it does require you to hold a decent amount of money with Bank of America. Because of that, I'm going to put Bank of America into the C tier. If Bank of America had a few more ways to earn points on their cards, or a couple other advantages to using their portal, it might have gotten a higher rating from me. But for now, it's going in the C tier. Moving on, let's take a look at the US Bank Altitude Reward Center. US Bank, I think, is an underrated player in the credit card world. Their premium travel credit card has some pretty impressive multipliers, along with a really great sign-up bonus, and could be a really great single card setup. Now, if you hold the Altitude Reserve card, your points are going to be worth 1.5 cents per point inside of the portal for everything, which, like Chase, can be a significant benefit to have. And the Altitude Reserve card only costs $400, which is cheaper than the Sapphire Reserve. US Bank offers 3 personal cards that earn points, along with 3 business cards. One disadvantage to US Bank is that they do not have any transfer partners. While this certainly is a bummer, I do think that there is an argument to be made that having 1.5 cents per point on everything could potentially be better than having transfer partners. Potentially. But that would really depend on how you travel. I know for me, there are plenty of times where I'm booking a last-minute flight, and depending on the points program, going through the airline to book is just not the best option. But using points inside of a portal at 1.5 cents per point would be a great option. And because of that, I'm going to put US Bank into the S tier. If we factor in all of the benefits that the Altitude Reserve card offers, along with the credits and its points earning potential, the US Bank points system is definitely overpowered. And finally, let's talk about Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo has recently taken steps to become a more powerful player in the credit card world. Back in March, Wells Fargo announced the introduction of the Autograph Journey card. The Autograph Journey card is a mid-tier credit card that offers a nice welcome offer and pretty decent multipliers and some nice benefits. Along with the new credit card, Wells Fargo announced a list of transfer partners. And as I've said, transfer partners are where we can find some great redemptions. Now, the list of partners is small, but Wells Fargo has said that it's just a start, so hopefully more partners are coming in the future. Wells Fargo also just launched the Attune card, which offers a lot of different 4% cashback categories, adding even more ways to earn rewards. If you'd like to learn more about that card, you can go watch my review right up here. Now, like all the other point systems, Wells Fargo points are worth 1 cent per point as a base. But with those transfer partners, we could possibly get some better redemptions. Because of this, I'm going to put Wells Fargo into the B tier. It's not A tier yet, but they are moving in the right direction, so we'll see in the future where they can go. Perhaps if they add a true premium travel credit card to compete with the Sapphire Reserve or the Capital One Venture X, then we could potentially move it into the A tier. So there you have it. Let me know down below, where would you rank all of these points programs, and why would you put them there? If you made it this far in the video, let me know by leaving a plain emoji down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. As always, hit that subscribe button to see more videos like this one in the future. And don't forget to hit that like button. I'll see you next time.